how to communicate with your customers. Hello, it's Thursday. Welcome to the Marketing for Owners podcast, where I, John Butt, help you create your self-marketing company, a company that markets itself while you do what you prefer to be doing, whether it's being down on the beach, being on the green, playing football or soccer, or possibly work of your choice. Maybe you're taking a day off, maybe you're having a holiday. Whatever it is, this is very possible. Work does not have to be like it is. It can be better. Did you buy into the dream of entrepreneurship and end up with a job where you work longer hours? We can help you change this. And this is my daily podcast. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a daily short podcast where I teach you little tips like this. On Wednesday, I have the expert interview series. Yesterday was the fabulous Peg Fitzpatrick. Did you listen? It's a little longer, but still only half an hour or so, 30, 40 minutes. But it's great. That's where I, cheekily, interview the people I want to learn from, and I get to ask them all the questions so that I get free training. And you can do the same. Peg is brilliant. What she says about social media is worth listening to. Go back and listen to it after this one. Anyway, so I'm going to talk to you about communicating with your customers. And the reason this is important is because too many people don't. Back on, was it Monday, talked about a lead generation system, and that you need to be generating leads to create more customers, because you generate a lead and then you convert them into a customer, and that's marketing, or part of it, and that's where customers come from. Of course, you can be complacent, you can sit back and just hope they come to you. You can go put an ad in the yellow pages like people used to do in the 1980s, which is when I used to do it, and waste your money there and hope people will come. Or you can be doing this. Now, this doesn't matter whether they are a potential customer or whether they are already a customer. You must communicate with them. It's as simple as that. So this isn't so much a how to communicate. This is more of a you must. And how can you communicate? Well, here's the thing. There's lots of various different ways. It doesn't matter whether you're online or offline. And when I say offline, it's what a lot of you are thinking. I call online, to me, seems the new normal. But offline is what most of you think is normal. It's a normal business that is not based around a website, it's not selling online. So, communicate. The first and the best way is face to face. That means to actually go and visit them. Make any excuse to go and visit a customer. You can go and you drop in something, drop in a gift. That gift could be a box of chocolates, a bunch of flowers, a bottle of wine. Be careful with the booze with customers, because some people have certain religious beliefs, or some people are not drinkers, or some people don't think it should be encouraged so much these days. It's up to you, but make a sensible decision there. But anyway, a gift could be a survey. It could be dropping in a catalogue or something like that. It could be absolutely anything. By the way, there's that Microlight people. For any of you who keep listening to this quite often, bless your cotton socks, I like you. I keep on, every time I do it in the garden, it seems there's a Microlight goes over the top. There's no airport, there's nothing anywhere near. Where on earth does he come from? How do you shoot down a Microlight? Is it legal to shoot down a Microlight? I don't think we're allowed to have guns in the UK. Anyway, sorry about the noise. This, by the way, for any of you listening on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, is recorded as a video and then converted into a podcast, an audio podcast. So if you want to see me, to see it for real, come to the website at marketingforowners.com/podcast. Okay, back to where we were, communicating. So visit them, make any excuse and visit them. The second best is to telephone them. Again, make any excuse to phone them. So these are not sales calls. This is not telesales. This is not the boiler room stuff. This is an excuse. Perhaps they've just had a call from one of your service engineers. They've just had an appointment with you. Maybe you're a dentist. They've just had something done. Phone them up the day after, 2 days after, and ask them what they thought. Ask them if there's anything that could be improved. Talk to them, ask for their opinion, because that makes people feel important. Because tell them that you don't actually have time to speak to every single customer, but they stood out as someone that you feel that you'd appreciate their opinion. And you just like a couple of questions. Just one is, first of all, what did you think of the service? And please be honest with me. Don't just tell me it was great, or don't just tell me it was awful. Tell me what you think, and just because we want to constantly improve, and it's only by asking people such as yourself for your opinions that we can do that. Doesn't that sound great? Wouldn't you feel chuffed if someone asked you that? Yeah, I would. No one does. Well, not many. We do. So, the next one after speaking to someone for real is email. The beauty with email, so email, you should never use email as the lazy person's way alternative to phoning them. We used to do in our credit control, though we don't give credit to anyone, occasionally schools, churches and charities we may give credit to. And then quite often we have to chase them up because quite often they have other people paying their bills and they don't realise it's not been paid. And so we have a little system which works wonders. But we had someone at one point who decided that they were too busy to phone, and so they would just email people. Emails, you don't know if people even receive the emails or whether they open them, whether they go to their spam folder. Don't use that unless you have to, unless it's in bulk and unless it's just casual follow-ups. So if you're using email, unless it's one at a time, use an email service provider like Aweber, Infusionsoft. What am I saying? Infusionsoft, Mailchimp, ConvertKit, GetDrip. I mentioned that one before. Yeah, Drip is another new one. But something like that. But put them on a database because that gets through spam filters and it's done professionally and it's got the unsubscribe and complies with the Spam Act and everything like that. So do that. But after those, there are things such as letters, actually writing. One of the things I recommend when you follow up, when you're trying to spend those 100 days after a customer is converted into a purchaser in our 7 Ps, purchaser, you want to move them on to becoming a preacher. So then you work on them. One of the things I recommend is sending a handwritten card. Now we've had lots of examples of this, and generally I'm from the UK, and embarrassingly none of them are from British companies. They all come from America, and they get sent from overseas, and quite often for goods that are free, because I've mentioned them on social media or something, had a communication with them, and they want to say thanks. I'm impressed. Companies like Edgar, companies like Buffer, companies like Trello, there you go. And companies like ROI Revolution, all from America, all have sent me gifts. In fact, ROI Revolution sent me something where the postage was $20. Not bad, eh? And now I'm mentioning them to you. Works. So things like that. So handwritten, but you can actually send typed ones, but make it a reason, make it worth interrupting them. Other ways are sending out little gifts like a CD or a DVD, a video of how-to instructions, something that's of use to them, a video explanation of your new products. Send out a newsletter, but make sure the newsletter is beneficial, not just a load of rubbish about you and about what you're doing. They want to know. They're only interested in them and how it applies to them. Make it worthwhile. But please, and then there's adverts. The other way to communicate is via retargeting ads or remarketing, sometimes known. Facebook is the best for this. I'm not going to go into detail now, but this is one of the cheapest ways of advertising to people who visited you, possibly haven't bought, There's lots of ways to do it. You can separate them out into people who bought, people who haven't bought, people who looked at that product, people who looked at this product. Oh, so exciting. So cheap. Great return on investment. So retargeting, lots of ways, but please, the message is communicate with your clients. Communicate all the time. Don't let them forget you. Potential clients and clients. Okay, end of. It's Thursday, time for a Drive Time podcast, and one of the skills you can pick up for communicating is copywriting and writing. So today we're recommending John McIntyre. Now his podcast is called the Muck Method Email Marketing Podcast. He will explain to you how to email market. We all should be using email marketing, and the guy's a copywriter, he's a genius. So look it up, the Muck Method, M-C method, like McDonald's, email marketing podcast. Just look that up in iTunes or look it up online in Google. You will get to the podcast. Sometimes it's sporadic, but even go back and listen to the old stuff. It's all there. When someone starts a new one, quite often their first ones are the best. Go back and listen to the first episodes. He has got information that you will pay good money for, and it's free. And tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to be back with a weekend challenge that you're going to enjoy. See you then.